You listened to him on the KVJ show for years. Every time he tried to talk sports, he'd get shut down. After years of begging, we finally gave in. Brought to you by Bremen Motor Cars in West Palm and Jupiter. A world-class experience. Visit BremenBMW.com. And by Wellington Anti-Aging. Low T? Go to WellingtonAntiAging.com. It's Kevin's Other Show on 640 The Hurricane.
What a dominant performance here from the Boston Celtics. This improbable run continues with a thrashing of the Cavaliers here in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. A 25-point blowout.
Dang, there you go. 108
points.
to 83. Yeah. What do you make of Game 1? Does it mean much, or is it just, okay, you won Game 1, congratulations?
Man, I did not see that coming.
No.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Good gosh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody really saw that coming except for Brad Stevens.
Stop. There's no way even he saw that coming. Your Messiah, Brad Stevens.
I don't know, man.
Do we just chalk this up to, tough series with the Pacers in the first round? Maybe they're a little tired from how bad they beat the Raptors. I mean, I'm trying to think of excuses.
What kind
I don't know.
of asinine logic is that? They just whooped the crap out of the Raptors.
That's
You
true.
think they're tired from winning?
Yes. I'm making excuses. Horrible excuse.
Very bad excuse.
Yeah, I don't really know what, you want to chalk this up as. Like, what happened? Is it just that the Celtics, this young core of Celtics players are more mentally tough and prepared because of the coaching that's going on here?
I mean, the coaching is definitely an advantage. I mean, Tyronn Lue he's a figurehead. I mean, let's be honest.
Seems like it, yeah. I mean, there have been huddles where he's not even in it.
Exactly. Exactly.
What are you doing, guys? Yeah. What's going on in there?
What's going on
there? Yeah.
This looks fun.
Go get me coffee, Tyronn.
I mean, that's kind of a sign, right? So, are you going to see a different LeBron James in Game 2?
I would think so.
You saw a LeBron James, I thought a lot that seemed like he was managing his energy and his body through what is going to be a tough grind in what could be for him the next 2 rounds.
Oh, yeah.
So, there's a lot of plays that he took off, and, some people marvel at just how genius LeBron is and when he chooses to be active and when he chooses not to, and they actually look at it a lot as a skill. So will you see a really hyperactive LeBron James saying, look, we can't go down 2-0?
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's what's going to come here in Game 2. And it wouldn't be a shock. It wouldn't be anything new either. Because, 2 things I take away from that. Number one, that Boston, I think we can all agree, Boston's not 25 points better than Cleveland. I mean, that Game 1 is more of an aberration than anything.
I
you
think
Boston,
are,
25 points better than Cleveland?
Yes, I think they are 25 points better than Cleveland because they beat them by 25 points. Not only that, the one they were beating was LeBron. They're not beating the Cavaliers. They're beating LeBron. I think they're not one person on that team is 25 points better than LeBron, but the team as a whole is 25 points better than LeBron.
LeBron has seen this before in Boston, with Miami even. I mean, going back to his old days in Cleveland, but with Miami, they're down 3-2. They lose Game 5 at home in Miami, and they end up winning Game 6 in Boston, where he goes off like 45 points, and they win that series in 7. So
yeah,
it's
who's he
nothing new
playing
for him.
with?
Well, yeah, Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
I think Game 2 is going to tell you a lot. You're going to
Yes.
see what's going to happen. So,
Adjustments.
Yeah, exactly. Brad Stevens versus LeBron James. Who's going to win?
It's not Tyronn Lue, like we said.
It's not Tyronn Lue. No,
not at all. How impressed are you by LeBron James? Because people are losing their minds at the accuracy in which he can detail a game that he played in. This is the post-game press conference.
We ran him the first possession. We ran him down all the way to 2 on the shot clock. Marcus Morris missed a jump shot, followed it up. They got a dunk. We came back down. We ran a set for Jordan Clarkson, and he came off and missed it. They rebounded it, and we came back on the defensive end, and we got a stop. They took it out on the sideline. Jason Tatum took the ball out, threw it to Marcus Smart in the short corner. He made a 3. We come back down, missed another shot, and then Tatum came down and went 94 feet, did a Euro step, and made a right-hand layup timeout.
Jeez.
There you go.
People were applauding. Wow. People were applauding.
I mean, he just got off the game. It wasn't like they asked him about the last 2 minutes of the third game from Toronto.
No, I don't want to hear it, because if anybody comes up to either one of us, I can't speak for Kevin on this, but if anybody comes up to either one of us 5 minutes after we do this show and they say, "What did you guys talk about in segment 1?" we won't be able to answer.
Well, that's what I was saying. It was
Exactly.
the last 2 minutes of the game. It was literally the last thing he
Right.
did before he stepped into this press conference.
That game ends 2
Ask me
hours
the last
before that
2
press
minutes of the
conference.
show. I'll remember.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
It was almost like they were just looking for some reason so that some sports show somewhere could have an argument about who's better. Is it LeBron or is it MJ?
Yeah, it's like, did Michael Jordan remember all of his games?
How was MJ's memory?
That's right. You have to go back and look at old press conference film now.
He could probably remember what he bet on what game. That probably
you're right.
happened.
Yeah, boy, people were losing their minds on that. Like, oh, the genius that is LeBron James.
Rain Man.
Give me a break.
Yeah.
That's what reminded me of. Reminded me of Rain Man. He's $1. $1.
Well, I've always said he's a basketball savant. I mean, ever since he was in high school.
But
the
he's
way
not
he's
an
been able to break down the
actual
game.
savant, though.
He's just really super smart when it comes to basketball. He has a photographic memory.
And but I don't know. Is he? I
No?
mean, he did botch one name in there too. I
He
mean,
did.
how much credit do we want to give him for this?
True.
Yeah, Jordan Crawford or Jordan Clarkson. Which one's on your team, LeBron?
Which one is it, LeBron?
Yeah,
Michael Jordan never forgot his teammates.
yeah. So to me, the story is just how much of a story people are making that. They're like, they cannot believe what he did. LeBron James, would you wear his clothes? He's got a new clothing shop going to be opening up. He's got his second one now. He's got the one that he opened up in Aventura in 2011. He's got a
Really?
new one opening up in Wynwood. Yeah, it's called Unknown, UNKNWN.
Okay.
I think that's what it is. Or it's Unknoon.
Yeah, I'm really confused
I
by
like
that
Uncle
spelling.
Noon better, honestly.
Unknoon. Yeah. That'd actually be kind of awesome.
That's the best.
Yeah.
He'd be like, he's tricking everybody. To be like, what's with this? Why do you call it unknown? He goes, unknown. It's called Unknown.
Unknown.
Did you guys read?
Idiots.
Idiots. There's no vowel in there. They call it Unknown.
We go on phonetics here.
I don't know who's got better fashion sense. Who do you think's better, LeBron or D Wade?
Oh, it's Wade, right? Right?
Well, I think because
No?
Gabrielle Union has better fashion sense.
Although I
That's
will
probably
s-
the reason why.
You think she's dressing her man?
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, Wade's always taken.
Dressing him in clothes that she wore when she was in like middle school too, because she's about 4 feet taller than he is.
I'm more impressed by this than LeBron's clothing store that he's opening up in Wynwood. This
Okay.
is actually Dwayne Wade's clothes that you can get. He's got an auction that is going on where you can get Ferragamo sneakers, new Era caps, Prada print dress shirts.
Oh. Was he having a garage sale?
He puts this stuff up online. It's and the portion of proceeds go to his Wade's World Foundation.
Wade's World, I love that.
See what he
Wade's
did there?
World, yeah. Uh-huh.
Get it?
Yeah. So
No, I
they-
get it,
Okay.
Steven. Jesus. Do you get it?
You're making sure.
It's so funny.
Making sure.
There is a plaid wool Tom Ford suit
Oh, perfect.
available for $1,325.
Great beach attire. A
Yeah.
wool suit. Yeah. You might as
he
well
have
wear
that?
you might as well wear a plastic bag.
I mean, I guess they do play in cold weather cities sometimes.
Yeah,
so,
he's got to wear it. Yeah. He's got a Helmet Lang hoodie, $275.
Steel.
Yeah.
So
And
far, two things that great to wear in Miami.
there's a Jetrois Python zip-up jacket for $1,195.
What the hell is that?
I don't even know what that
I have no
is.
idea what that is. Yeah.
So he's just offloading his winter clothing. That's
Pretty
basically
much,
it?
yeah. It's just like the second time he's done this. Yeah, he does it. So they go through their closets and they get out all their junk, and then, hey, look, you can come buy it.
So anybody can buy this. We can go on and buy Dwayne Wade's clothes,
If you want to, yeah.
It's very
Yeah,
creepy.
you can, if you've got an extra $1,100 laying around,
which I do not.
go for it, man.
I do not.
Warriors Rockets game 1 tonight. Rockets number 1 in the Western Conference. Warriors number 2. Records very close. I think this year was it 2-1? I think the Rockets.
Yeah, the
up
3
on
games.
Yeah, I think it's Rockets got the edge. Any thoughts? I know we talked about this series. I'm going for the craziness. I'm going Rockets 7.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I still don't think Golden State loses this. I don't see them losing this at all. I think Golden State in 7.
You think they're going to man up, make it happen?
I think they're going to make it happen. It's like that they have a will to win.
Oh my gosh.
Tell me what you think about the way they do seeding, though, in the NBA Finals. I mean, isn't this kind of a mess? I mean, shouldn't they take the East and the West, put them together based on records, and just, I mean, because it really doesn't even seem to be fair. I mean, the Cavs coming in as a 4 seed in the East and doing what they got to do, and meanwhile, the West, they got to just go through one juggernaut after another.
Yeah, it's a
and
buzzsaw in the West.
Right. And then also, doesn't it just feel like maybe this might be the true NBA Finals that you're going to be watching tonight and not what's going on when you get the winner of Cleveland or the Celtics.
Yeah, because I think either way, whether it's Golden State or the Rockets, I don't see Cleveland coming out victorious if they make it to the finals.
Yeah,
they get past Boston.
This feels like the real NBA Finals tonight. Why do they even do this? I don't understand that. I mean, you look at even Vegas favorites, and it's like the Rockets and the Warriors. Mm-hmm. That's who's favored to win regardless.
Right.
I think,
and by a lot.
I always thought it should be you seed both sides, 16 teams, and just do it NCAA bracket style.
Absolutely.
That'd be the most exciting playoffs of all time.
Right. It makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Instead of giving any kind of like favoritism to geography. I mean, who cares about geography?
I don't.
Yeah. I mean, to your point, Adam Silver has actually talked about doing this. This has come up in the meetings the past couple of years where they changed the playoff seeding. So we might get our wish in,
Great minds think alike.
In a couple of years. It might happen.
No brainer. Meta World Peace saying that Drake should coach the Raptors.
Sure.
That's a great idea. Yeah. Why don't you go play for the Szechuan Pandas again? Dumbass.
Coming up here in a couple minutes, it is a big-time story. In fact, arguably maybe the biggest thing that has ever happened for sports when it comes to the legal world, sports gambling. What are the odds it's coming to Florida, though? We'll discuss coming up next.
Get Kevin's other show whenever the hell you want on YouTube and at 640thehurricane.com.
Raindrops are falling on my head.
That's right, baby.
Just
I couldn't resist.
You could have resisted.
No, I couldn't. Just to see the look in your face.
Who is this?
BJ Thomas. I found that out today.
BJ Thomas,
Yeah,
huh?
that's who sang this song.
Is that the guy from The Office?
Stop.
That's BJ Novak, my bad.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
It's a lot of rain. A lot of rain the past couple days.
It's insane, isn't it?
Yeah,
We're not
it
even to
really
like hurricane season, and they're talking about this thing like being a cyclone, or I don't even know what it is. But it's just,
Subtropical storm it might turn into.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's gotten so
It might
bad.
get the first name of the season
It
already.
might. No,
it's
it
not
might.
even a June.
Gosh,
ridiculous.
it just doesn't seem fair, does it?
Well, wasn't it last year? Didn't we get a hurricane in May last year?
There was, I think there was a named storm early on. Yeah, it's happened the past maybe couple of years where we've seen that.
We're screwed this year.
That's so bad, man.
I just feel like we are getting totally screwed.
This is how bad it is. Jim Cantori was already in Fort Lauderdale this
No,
morning. Yes.
that's it. He's Dr. Death when
Yep.
it comes to these things.
He's
now.
already here.
Do you ever
bad
see
sign.
you ever see the signs that people put up when they see Jim Cantori in their town? That people go out and protest, say, "Get Jim out of here!"
Yeah,
because he just
absolutely.
always shows up in the destructive path.
Put the boards up now. Cantori's in town.
Well, the Supreme Court ruled just today that they're basically, in a sense, staying out of the whole sports gambling thing, which will kind of like open the door for the individual states to make their own decisions on what they want to do. It was a case that had pitted the state of New Jersey against the NCAA, the NBA, NHL, NFL, and MLB.
Everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, basically everybody, but they're saying, hey, look, you know what? We're not going to rule on it, which in a sense said, okay, hey, in New Jersey, if you guys want to do the sports gambling, go right ahead. And they've already got a statute that's going to green light it, get it in there. Delaware is pretty much right there as well. Some states have already wanted to do this.
Don't they have a book in Atlantic City? Don't they have a sports book there that they just run that's like through Vegas or something?
Yeah, it was a little. They had a couple of loopholes where they're able to do certain things, but it's never been full Vegas style.
Oh,
And now
okay.
they're going to be able to do it.
So that's what I was confused about. I thought it was already there, but
I mean, it seems like a good thing, unless you obviously have, moral objections to gambling. I mean, as far as the finances and everything, you would think this is a positive, right?
Absolutely.
yeah.
I think a lot of people think it's good, but I mean, how quickly are you going to see it all over the country? Because the states will now have to get their own statutes and get going. I mean, right now, sports gambling is still illegal in 46 of the 50 states.
Right.
There's only a few that were grandfathered in earlier. What about Florida? Is Florida going to get any kind of sports gambling in anytime soon? What's it going to mean for us? Now, we currently do have laws that prohibit Nevada-style sports betting. So it is on the books here in Florida. So you would have to undo the statutes that have already been created here in the state of Florida. And they're not putting Florida as one of those states that looks like they're going to jump right into it.
Really?
Yeah.
I was surprised.
They are not a favorite to get in on this action. It might be at least a couple of years.
They don't want the old people's money?
I don't fully understand it because arguably,
Wouldn't that turn into tax dollars?
Oh, it's 100% makes sense. I don't know why.
it's good for tourism.
Yeah.
Right?
It's great for tourism.
Right. Part of the argument that I heard for why we might not be getting it in the state of Florida, keep in mind there is still, especially the northern part of the state, is more conservative.
Right.
And I hear that Disney, for whatever reason, it might be putting up a big fight about this,
Really?
which, yeah. So Disney might be the person who's like going, no, don't do it. But for me, I would think they'd want to do it at their Wide World of Sports. I mean, if they can make more money, but maybe that goes against
The family
what
atmosphere.
they think of the family atmosphere and the values for Florida to be one of those gambling states.
Yeah, I mean, you know that gambling kind of brings out the seedy folk most of the time. So they don't want those degenerate gamblers being around Mickey.
I haven't seen the studies. I mean, does it?
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's kind of like a cliche almost. That it brings out, that
Yeah.
50s cliche, the guy in the top hat and the trench coat, he's sneaking in to put money on, the college football game. I mean, I don't know. It's not really like
That's
that
called
anymore.
Vegas.
To me, it's like the thing if you smoke like one marijuana cigarette, then just a week later you're going to be full into meth and crack and everything else.
Yes.
Marijuana
I
cigarettes.
just
are-
love how you called it a marijuana cigarette.
That's right.
That's what they would call it, yes. Them marijuana cigarettes.
These reefers.
No, this is amazing, though. It's huge. This is such a big landmark thing that they did here by giving it to the States.
On the other side, there is a bit of worry as well because once you start introducing sports gambling in every single state, it becomes more prevalent, which it's already very prevalent as it is.
Multi-billion-dollar industry that is not on the books. Like, hello?
Well, and
Yeah.
you could argue that, okay, if you have regulation and you're doing it right, the right people will be making money. You're going to be taking it off of the black market. And
Right.
like that argument with anything, and it's going to create more interest in the sports. You'll likely see more fan appreciation going on. You'll probably see higher attendance at games that has been declining for a lot of sports here recently.
Yeah.
Probably more streaming. So all in all, it seems like it's really good, and that's why I thought it was interesting that it seemed like NCAA, NBA, NHL, NFL, MLB, they're all fighting New Jersey on it, but it seems like they would benefit from doing it.
Absolutely. I mean, they should all go with the way Adam Silver has been thinking about it, which is let your league do it, and you get it, 1.5%?
Yeah, you get a percentage. It goes back into the NBA, and they can make a profit. But I mean, especially Florida too, because Florida attendances usually aren't that great for professional sports.
Right.
And this is something, actually, I'll steal my my brother's take on this. My brother and I were talking about this earlier today. He's a teacher. Him and his wife are both teachers, and he was telling me about a law that they're trying to put in to raise property taxes to give teachers higher pay. And he's like, this is something Florida should do to actually put in with gambling, like with the Florida Lottery.
Yeah.
That makes the Florida Lottery okay. Bring in the sports gambling, open up the books, and have some of those proceeds going toward raising teacher rates and helping out. We get more money as far as the state goes with taxes and things like that.
That's
why wouldn't we do
exactly
this?
what happened with recreational marijuana in Colorado. Is that all of a sudden they were able to use that money to put books in schools. They can be able to they could use it for infrastructure. I mean, everything. It's a huge valuable resource
Yeah.
to have money.
Yeah. I think what'll be interesting is where you would see it in Florida. And it seems like what makes the most sense, racetracks, dog track, horse track, casinos that are already up is what you would see. Now, how far would it go? Would you be able to go just about anywhere? And especially when it comes to online, you imagine that's going to be happening pretty quickly. That would be the thing that, people would be able to do it from their phone.
Yeah, are people still doing those one-off games? What are they called? Maybe they were really big. It was like everybody was advertising. We advertised maybe 4 different ones of them where you would go for NFL for fantasy football.
Oh, you're talking like DraftKings?
Yeah,
and
DraftKings.
FanDuel,
That's
stuff
because
like
I
that,
remember that got into a really big
Right.
issue at one point in time because they weren't sure. It was like a gray line of is this gambling? Is this not gambling? But people are winning money. It was very confusing, and they shut them down. And like in New York, you weren't able to use it. It
Right,
depended on your
right.
zip code.
Exactly. Yeah, you had to start putting in your zip code when you were using it. It fell into that gray area. But to that point, like with the teacher stuff, people are okay with the lottery because if you're like, some of the money goes towards education. That would be a way to get it passed in Florida because, as you mentioned, like that northern Florida part is still a lot of like the conservative part, the Bible Belt, if you will, of Florida, where they might not like it. And because of that, the 3 big counties down here, the Tri-County area is for it. But up there, there's all the other people will kind of overturn our opinions down here. If we say, hey, look, a lot of this money can go towards education, that might be a way to make them feel okay with it to make this happen, hopefully soon. I mean, there's so much money in this.
Yeah, South Florida, without a doubt, would go for the sports gambling.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And as the tale as always happens in Florida, we're really 2 different states.
We really are.
Oh, 100%. I think that's what it should be. It should be county opt-ins, opt-outs. So you get Palm Beach, you get Broward, you get Miami-Dade County to opt into it. I mean, Orange County or Osceola County, wherever Disney is, they don't have to opt into it.
That'd be tricky, though.
But you know what, though? But you could do that, though. There's legislation that goes between different counties, and that's why rules change between different counties, too. And Disney makes so much money for Osceola or Orange County, wherever the hell it is, Buena Vista. They could be able to go, we don't need it because we get Disney.
Well, it's like your alcohol laws.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
You can do that town to town, basically. So
Yeah,
True.
and in certain parts of like that Central Florida, you can't buy booze on Sundays,
Right.
Right.
Which is like a deal that only happens like Kentucky and stuff like that. But down here, I mean, anywhere it's open, you could buy it until like 2 a.m.
Yeah, I think South Florida would go for it super fast. I think it'd be great for travel and tourism. And then, I mean, just how much money sports gambling is going to mean.
Oh yeah,
Pay off debts in the state, and even throughout the country with all the different states as they, develop their own laws with this.
Yeah.
I mean, look.
plus we
billions
can
and
broadcast
billions.
from a sports book. I mean, how
Yes,
cool is that?
That's right.
Yeah. I would like to legally be able to lay money on just how many games in a row the Marlins can lose. I would like to be able to do that.
There's a prop bet.
Yeah, that
You'll
would be
find it.
great. Absolutely. The Marlins are struggling with a capital S. Another horrible series. How bad are the numbers? I'll let you know. And Giancarlo, look out, baby. He's coming around. We'll talk about it next.
Be part of the show on Twitter at 640 The Hurricane, hashtag Kevin's Other Show.
Well, those 7,435 people in attendance at the Marlins game yesterday.
That many?
That's a lot.
It's a big crowd.
How many games in a row is it now that they have not cleared 10,000?
Everything but the opener,
I think so.
right? I mean, honestly, I
Yeah,
think it
that's
is.
it. Yeah, I think you're pretty much right. Yeah.
We knew because, they're not doing the fake ticket paper sales anymore. They're not counting that into the overall totals. But Marlins attendance this year is going to be, it's already laughable, but it's going to be unbelievable just how staggeringly low that number is. And if the Marlins keep playing the way they are, they've lost 6 of their last 7 games now. They're 14-26, and there's only 4 teams in the majors with the worst record.
There's a lot of bad teams in baseball.
Yeah, there really are. I was looking at that. I'm like, well, wow. I mean, like the Orioles are atrocious.
I think they have 11 wins, Baltimore.
Something like that.
It's terrible. I mean, why are there so many bad teams in baseball right now? The Chicago White Sox are awful. Baltimore.
Yeah, they're kind of talking about. I think some of these teams are kind of tanking. The Royals are again atrocious.
Royals.
Yeah, they're horrible. So there's a lot of bad stuff going on in baseball.
It's not just the Marlins fans.
Yeah,
a lot of teams.
The Braves are starting to surge again. They have one of the best farm clubs in all of baseball.
Yes.
And you're now starting to see their talent getting a little bit more mature. I mean, they're 24-15 now, and they've won their 5th out of their last 6 games. So
Shocking, right? Like, where did this team come from?
yeah, they've been really bad the last couple of years, but they've been building. I mean, if you were looking at that and seeing the Braves Farm Club, you're like, okay, it's a matter of time before they start getting some W's. It was going to happen. Jose Urena,
Oh, our guy.
0-6.
I was gonna say he still hasn't won a game, has he?
Has
a game.
not won a game.
Middle of May.
Yeah, he gave up 3 runs in 6 innings and 4 hits, struck out 5 is what his tally is. And they keep saying he's not pitching bad. He just can't win.
0-6. He's not doing too good either. There.
Yeah.
That's
Senior
almost,
optimist.
that's almost as bad as my excuse that I made for LeBron and the Cavs at the
That is.
start of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost as bad.
I guess the only thing that was exciting from the entire weekend was Shaquille O'Neal throwing out the first pitch on Friday.
Oh, how'd that work out?
It was outside, a little bit outside. It wasn't the worst first pitch I've ever seen, but it wasn't athletic.
All right, so who had the better first pitch, you or Shaq?
I did.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Good.
Shaq or Luke Combs?
Ooh.
It was Shaq.
Really?
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, he had a
Dude,
better.
I'm telling you, that whole day at Rib Roundup, he was like, man, I was right down the middle.
Yeah.
He was talking that thing up all
No.
day long.
Now, Luke Combs' country star went way high. Yeah.
Come on, man.
They
It's
kept trying
probably
to
because he
jump up
was
to get
way
it.
high. I think.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Yeah, and then there's an interesting photo of a Shaq carrying around Judge Judy from Friday.
How does like carrying the Judge Judy?
He had Judge Judy up in his arms.
Okay.
Yes, he was carrying her around Marlins Park. It was Judge Judy night. For any fan that showed up, you got to come out and get your own Judge Judy. Yes.
he got
He's not even a bobblehead. They just cloned Judge Judy.
They should have.
No wonder she's been making so much money.
We were walking out of Marlins Park with Judge Judy's.
Everybody gets one.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I guess her cousin's Bruce Sherman, the guy that owns the Marlins now.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's what she gets to do.
Interesting. Miami is in last place in attendance, averaging 10,877.
Oh, averaging.
Averaging 10,000.
There's no way they're averaging that many.
As of
How are
right
they
now,
getting
they're
that?
averaging
There's no-
10,877.
I almost swore. BS.
You did. I
know,
saw
I know.
that. I saw
I
you
felt
stop.
it in you. Now, Baltimore and Kansas City.
Yeah.
Baltimore and Kansas City, I think, are both worse records in Miami,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah.
They're averaging 18,000. Kansas City and 18,000 as well.
Wow.
So
And-
they're the next worst?
No.
They're better in
okay.
attendance, but they're worse in
No,
record.
Miami is the worst.
Okay.
the worst.
the
yeah.
worst out of
So
all of them.
They're even
Then-
worse than Tampa Bay now?
Tampa Bay is averaging 14,000.
Ah, okay.
There's no way
So
the
one,
Marlins are
two,
averaging
three,
that.
4, 5, 6. There is 6 teams in between Miami and Kansas City.
That's a big difference, though. I mean, 4,000 a game between Tampa and the Marlins. Tampa had the lowest attendance last year. Miami was next to last.
Well, it's because they were afraid the roof was going to cave in.
Yeah.
You ever been to that place?
Valid.
It looks like a project.
No, I hear it's atrocious.
It is horrendous.
Yeah, it looks bad on TV.
Oh, believe me, it looks worse in person.
Jeez.
The Yankees continue to rip it up. Giancarlo is coming alive now. His 10th home run of the season yesterday. Had 4 hits. He went 4 for 4, 6-2. The Yankees pounded the A's again. Giancarlo's coming alive, and he's batting .252 now. And if you look back the exact same date last year, he was only hitting .259 with 11 homers and 26 RBIs. So he's almost where he was this time last year. But then he went on that huge tear starting
Right.
in early June. So, is he going to be able to reach that? But just the hitting numbers for the Yankees are unbelievable. He just hit his 10th, but you've already got Judge at 11, Gregorius at 10, and then Stanton and Sanchez both at 10. There are 4 Yankees in double digits for home runs already 40 games into 2018.
Not even June.
Yeah, 4 Yankees players are on pace to hit 40 home runs each.
That's amazing.
Can you imagine you're 2, 3, 4, 5
And
are going to hit 40 home runs?
to that stat, I mean, that would be incredible. That's actually, we got this from our boss, Leo, who we know is a big Yankee fan. We've had him on the show a few times to talk Yankees. He let us know that is the first time, that stat you just ripped off, 4 players with 10 home runs or more before 40 games. First time it has ever happened in Yankees history. Think about all the guys
That they've
have come-
had.
Yes.
Yeah, they're saying that everything that they do this year might be record-breaking. They're on pace for 113 wins. Franchise record's 114. That was the 98 World Champs.
Oh, that's right. Paul O'Neill, all
Yeah.
those guys, Scott Brocious.
Yeah, but this crew is on pace to at least get right there.
Unreal.
They've won 19 of the last 22. So, I mean, they're just...
That and the renewed rivalry with the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, the Red Sox are keeping pace, too. They went 2 for 3 over the weekend. They're still tied for first.
That's the amazing thing about it. We're
was gonna say
talking
they're still
about.
tied.
Yeah, they're still tied. After all this, we're talking about how great the Yankees have been doing. They're still tied with Boston for first place in that division. There's
Yeah.
just one division, the AL East.
Yeah, I mean,
Gosh.
it's depressing in South Florida, but yeah, up in New York.
It's
so
a good thing
happy.
we're the Yankees station. And
Yes.
and the Marlins want nothing to do with us.
I love that. That's so
still,
funny.
honestly, I
So
was
funny.
angry about that the entire weekend. Every time I saw the Marlins, I'm like, who do you think you are?
It's like you were drunk and you went up to the other girl, you're like, hey, baby. And she's like, ew. And you're like, oh, screw you.
She's so mean to us.
I can do
Believe
better.
it. Yeah. All right, talking about Shaq. Is he the greatest athletic rapper of all time? Would you put him at number 1? He's got some competition from the Dallas Cowboys. Cole Beasley. He actually has got his own hit, and I guess he's been doing it for a little while.
You know what's really funny is I actually did see something about this maybe a year ago or something like that where they said that he was a rapper, but I had never heard anything from him.
Okay. Well, you're going to. We got a couple tracks. Cole Beasley's got some new music out.
Dear Lord.
Is it good? Is it better than Shaq? We'll listen and compare coming up next.
Yep, he's here too. It's Kevin's Other Show, right here on 640 The Hurricane.
Des Bryant had tweeted out over the weekend, check out Cole Beasley's new stuff.
Oh, geez. He actually made people aware of it.
Des
Yeah.
Bryant.
Des
this,
Bryant, yeah.
This is his fault.
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks, Des.
So I don't know. What do you think about this? And people are like going, yeah, he's got his own little hip hop career going on. It's the off season. So how good or bad is Cole Beasley? This is one of his songs on his new album called Shock Value.
Night after night in the off season, up all weekend. Publicity stunt what they all thinking. Just mixing it up like he crossbreeding. Hey,
What?
I drop gems, hey, cause I'm playing ball without the time to clock in.
What?
I don't clock out, nah, I'm locked in. So really, man, how could I not win? How could I not win? How could I not win?
Could I not weigh
wow.
out? I'm not totally sure what he said there.
I have no
Could
idea
I
what's going
not
on
weigh out? He apparently he doesn't clock in because he's always locked in
there. Okay.
because he
Got that.
cannot clock out.
Here's Cole Beasley's I Am.
Oh, we have another one?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
This is I Am What I Am. Is this one a little bit better?
It's summer early in the morning, Pop saying he needs me.
Yeah.
But I'm being lazy. I say that I'm sleepy. Can I please skip today? They taking it easy while I'm grinding every day. They won't notice, believe me. He told me no, see, that's what they want you to think.
Okay.
You gotta see
Okay.
that you
Okay,
are
yeah.
All right. What do you think?
I mean-
Smash or trash?
I think I've heard worse.
Somewhere in between.
I think I've definitely heard worse.
I'm not gonna lie.
He's a bit audible.
The beat of that second one,
Yeah.
I was actually feeling the beat a little bit.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah,
The second one wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
The first one was like a little Kendrick Lamar type beat, but
Yeah.
it was.
he is no Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah. Okay. I think you definitely have worse. I don't think he's the worst
Oh, no.
athlete rapper
No.
that's out there. I mean, you've got like Deion Sanders.
He's on the list.
Must be the money. I don't know. That sounds kind of a jam.
Oh no.
He's inaudible though.
Yes.
All right, the hook's okay.
He's like the rapper version of Bob Dylan.
Is he awake? Okay, this
I
part.
love that part.
The
Yeah.
hook's good.
Yeah, the hook's all right. Okay, so he had a decent hook. Okay,
That's fair.
the rest is bad. Okay,
Bob Dylan of rap.
throwing it back, Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
You know, I got to give a lot of credit to this producer because you can't understand him when he talks normally.
Yeah.
I can hear him.
It's like Biggie Smalls.
Okay.
I think this was a jam.
Yeah, it was not bad.
I'm
Outstanding.
Google me, Chuck.
Google me.
I think Shaq's the best we got right now.
I think he is.
Yeah.
I think his albums actually went platinum, didn't they?
I think so.
think they did.
He had a couple. He had one. I Got Skills. That wasn't bad either.
He did. Well, I mean, he also was a movie star at some point in time, too.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, what was that? Shazam?
Shazam.
And Steel.
And Steel.
You don't remember Steel?
No.
Oh
Yeah.
my God,
He
he was like
played-
he was a superhero.
Yep.
That like had a steel outfit,
No.
but yet in the movie you can clearly see that the mask was rubber. It kept moving.
Yes, that's right.
Really?
And his steel hammer was
And his steel
clearly
hammer.
rubber. I'm
He-
raising my hand.
He was John Hammer.
Was that his name in the movie?
John Hammer.
that's
Yeah.
No,
awesome.
really. Oh wow.
I think he was supposed to be like after Henry Hammer or something like that. He was supposed to be after the cartoon. I don't know.
Okay.
It's very odd.
All right, Ron Artest. What do you think?
I was in the spot with all my vatos popping.
Yeah.
Going local. Party so hard that my eyes are low. Get dinero, party every night. Let's have fun and we ain't gotta start a fight. Homies on my right, honeys on my left. Go ahead and do your dance till you running out of breath.
Did you make an air horn in there?
Let's go local to the rhythm of the beat.
Yeah, it sounds like it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's. I don't know.
What's really funny about
It was
that
a flow.
is
Yeah.
that we were talking about this before, and he goes, "Did Ron Artest ever rap?" And I go, "I don't know." And I googled it. Yep, he did.
Sure enough.
he
We
sure
found
enough
it.
did.
Wow. I haven't heard this. Le'Veon Bell.
Oh,
Oh, you're in for a treat, my friend. This is gonna rival Deion Sanders. I'm letting you
Is
know.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I got them teams and back on the scene. I'm keeping them coming like I'm a machine. Can never be finished just like a machine. I got all these diamonds, I'm making them sing. I ride for my team, like what do you mean?
This is one monotone.
He sounds like he has voice modulation. Remember that Will Ferrell skit with voice modulation?
Yes.
I can't change the volume of my voice. Imagine what it was like at my dance. A little bit softer now. A little bit softer. That's exactly. I'm like listening to falling asleep.
Yes.
All of these women, they going insane. They catching these feelings, they going through pain. I am a beast and I cannot be tamed.
It's like he's just reading a story.
Le'Veon Bell.
It's like how you read something to yourself before you read it out loud, except he forgot to read it out loud. He just read it to himself.
It's how you practice. That's a good point.
Yeah,
Shaq.
Yeah, no,
I
somebody.
think that's probably the best one.
Yeah, I think Shaq is the best. And somebody said he was just recently on the, what is it, Drop the Mic, where they do that. Yeah, they had him up against Ken Jeong.
Oh,
Dr. Ken.
Yeah, Dr. Ken. Yeah, and he's,
actual doctor, by the way.
Yeah, he is absolutely. Yeah, he just saved somebody at a.
At a special he did.
Yeah, he was doing stand up last week. Yeah, here's Shaq taking him on. A little Drop the Mic.
You came back about your penis, and that was dead wrong. You're the size of my pinky. Mine's the size of Ken Jeong. Matter of fact, I eat your little ass for breakfast. My championship rings would fit you as a necklace. I wrap an ice cube and even meth. I kill you with the mic. You just kill with bad breath. Went from a doctor to an actor trying to make money. They say laughter's best medicine. How come you're not funny?
Oh, all right.
Snap.
Okay.
Owned them.
Yeah.
Wowzer.
It's pretty good.
I think Shaq the greatest athletic rapper of all time.
I think he might be. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And can I tell you guys one of my dirty little secrets from my childhood? Something I'm not proud of.
Oh boy, I don't know. I'm almost
I don't really
afraid to.
Yeah.
I saw both Steel and Shazam as a child.
So did I.
Not only I saw Shazam in the movie theater.
Oh,
it's okay to see it. Did you own the DVD?
No.
Okay. If you own the DVD, that means you really, really liked it.
No, this is the problem. It came out so long ago, you could only own it on VHS. That was it.
That's true. Yeah. No, but I did not have the VHS either. You seen both too?
I've seen both too.
Oh, good. Okay, so I don't feel so bad.
I was into superheroes.
Yeah.
Steel was the worst, though.
All right, well, hey, make sure you check out this show. We're on YouTube. You can also do the podcast. That's an easy way to check us out every single day. No commercials, no interruptions. Boom, it's all going to be there right like that. And you can also follow us on Twitter right now at Kevin's Other Show.
You listened to him on the KVJ show for years. Every time he tried to talk sports, he'd get shut down. After years of begging, we finally gave in. Brought to you by Wellington Anti-Aging. Low T? Go to WellingtonAntiAging.com. And by Bremen Motor Cars in West Palm Beach. A world-class experience. Shop BremenPorsche.com now. It's Kevin's Other Show on 640 The Hurricane.